Rick, anyone that thinks Woodville is a spent force, perhaps you might have to change your opinion, because this was a game that had everything. There was drama with Kevin Harris getting cut across the left eye, but taking the field again, going on with it. Max Parker put in a great performance, and there were some big performances by some Glenelg footballers out there too. It was a game that went right down to the line, excitement all the way. We pick it up at the commencement of the third quarter, at the last quarter, in fact. Your caller, Robert 80.
14-14, 98, leading Glenelg 12-8, 80. It's a magnificent third quarter. Glenelg fighting back, and then Woodville going ahead again. McDermott to half forward. Fisted away from Garton. Alan Stringer, he's been in everything. Opportunity for Woodville through Jones. Kicks to the outer side where Wayne Stringer takes the mark. He's just backward of centre. Kicking straight towards Wayne Henwood. Parker in front. Henwood mounts the steed. Max Parker, he's carried a lot of these back today, I can tell you. That would have been like a fly then. He's carried the ruck and the team. His 10th kick as he goes to centre half forward. Oh, it's a great leap up there. Jolly's back on the ground. He went off just before three-quarter time after a collision with Robert Bowman. Kicked by Jolly forward. Tanker section, a great mark. Here's an important one for Woodville as Fuller comes in. Lucky bounce, but he was there to receive it. He kicks his first. Woodville 15-14. Glenelg 12-8.
Well, a lot of people say that luck's a fortune, but you've got to be there, and Graham Corn showing the strain at the moment. Sends the runner out again. Hate to be a runner these days. I tell you what, they run miles. But they're a necessary part of the game. But when it went over the top, it was Fuller who read it, and he read it brilliantly. He was in the right spot. He didn't panic, ran through, kicked the goal, and Woodville up by 24 points.
Wayne Henwood. Big effort required from him for Glenelg. Determination all over his face. Dead heat in the centre. Stringer kicks it straight into the man. Way go Woodville again. McDonald. Great little half-backer. Look, he won't fall over. Two ran into him then. Even though he made an error of cover, he's kicked his boot half as far as the ball. Over Detman's head. Taylor. He's a fairly impressive player. He's not quite sure what it's all about yet, I'd say. But he's got some athleticism. High in the air towards Sewer. Taylor comes across to back it up. Sewer in after the ball. The milk player coming out of that kidney, holding his elbow. Might have just been hit on the funny bone.
Well, there's no doubt about Taylor. His raw, brute power of the man. Backed up his own play. Rouse Sewer at the bottom of the pack, and we'll see another bounce down. Glenelg in strife. No doubt about that. They've played here at Football Park on 4 occasions. Glenelg has won 2, Woodville 2. In close encounters. There's only been one of them of less than a goal, and Glenelg won that one. Fuller again under the drop of the ball, or Jolly again. Templeton an open goal, he's put it through! Woodville are 5 goals up with Templeton's second goal. 16-14 to the Bays, 12-8.
Well, Woodville have certainly got a team of players that are at the fall of the ball. Players who we don't hear of in league football a lot, but players who I'm sure over this last 12 months and during the first part of this year have shown that there's a bit of spirit and a bit of team performance that can beat all the individual glory that goes with football teams and football players. And on that occasion, just another example of the ball being shot over the top and Templeton being given the opportunity to capitalise for the team after they had won the hard balls. And Woodville looking forward to a place in the 5. They're 16-14 to Glenelg, 12-8.
Well, it'll take a big effort from the Bays to win this game from this spot. Max Parker, what a line-harder performance. Good tackle on Jolly there. The umpire's given him the benefit of the doubt, and it'll be bounced. Salisbury tackle was a good one. The bounce just on the outer side portion of that square. Parker again smashes it out. Alan Stringer, high in Glenelg's best players, puts it out to Maynard. He copped a high one. McDonald made him pay for it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Maynard goes long with his 15th kick to centre half forward. Toomey smashes away from Garton. Down goes Stringer, but he got back on the ball very well. He fought well for that ball, Alan Stringer. But the Warriors still leading by 13 points as we're past 4 minutes now in this last quarter.
Parker, he's been on the ball all day. Terry Libis Had the pleasure of a nice quiet one on the bench. Parker, he's highly motivated. That's not too good. He's hit it straight to Stringer. Stringer into attack. In the back line there, Jones, I thought, may have had the ball. The umpire says no. Call out a dead heat. Not a bad decision, actually. Jones is slightly in front, but probably more from the side, both players. Parker just fisting it away strongly. Opportunity for Nichols. Reckner out to the wing. There's an opportunity now for Jolly. He's down. Reed's with him. Williams, he's up a long way from full-back. They're not frightened to back up. Peter Carey standing back in the goal square. The full-back, he's out on centre wing. He's got a long way to run back. He's got a bounty throw and waste a little bit of time for him. Parker in front, Henwood from behind. Goes for the attack side, given away by Harris. Jack Weir gets it across and away goes Reckner again. In through the half-forward line. Tankasick in front, flies off hands. Here's Templeton, he's got some nice movement. And he can't capitalise on this occasion. Under a little bit too much pressure. He couldn't get his balance. So Woodville moved to 16-15. Glenelg 12-8.
Well, he's a good player, Templeton. He has a full frontal attack on the ball, and it pays off for him because he's got a strong body. Seabohm went out wide to Henwood. He's been paid the mark just in front of the scoreboard. And this Woodville side is certainly putting in. They've got some skills this year. They're certainly placing the ball a lot better, and they mean business. Harris it was who put it over. Finally it comes back to Nichols. Beautiful kick normally. Gibbs under the ball. Tankasick behind. Fuller couldn't kick it off the ground. He's trying to pick the ball up in the pocket. The handball comes back though. It ricochets back to Ross Gibbs. I'm not prepared to say he read that, but he certainly got it. Grenvold under the ball. Chance again for Woodville. McDonald again, I tell you what, he's played a brilliant game, McDonald. Away he goes with his 17th kick. No mark taken. Marshall at the drop of it. The ball comes out towards Cruz. The long handball to Reed. Glenelg out of trouble now.
Murphy through the centre of the ground, goes in short toward Woodlands. McDermott running on. Maynard. He goes out in the pocket to Carey. Carey's in front. That's a magnificent kick. Big Peter Carey holding ground, recovers well. Oh, that's a great bit of footy. They need a goal from the captain. He can't score it. Garton's in there. Toomey's with him. And Toomey, who's played a delightful game. He's got a Woodville player on the wing. Get it over to him, Max Parker. They're away. They can't. Oops, a wild kick off the ground by Stringer. Reckner. Handball to Parker. Parker still finding a yard. He's a fit man. He's gone out wide. He had his opponent standing back in the ground, and Henwood, who's there at the moment, if he'd have done a blind kick, Henwood would have had the whole lot of it. Jones, that's a beautiful evasion. He's in trouble now. Parker, oops, backwards, shades of Philip Gallagher as he kicks it into the forward pocket. Taylor, Tankasick, gives it away. Here's a chance for John Martin. He's got to have a bounce. He's run 30 metres. Oh, Peter, what a mistake.
Well, he was pretty excited with he had the ball. He was going to possibly win the game for the Warriors, and I don't know. I think the umpire counted those steps. I think I've seen players run further, but in the situation right in front of goals, yes, you'd have to say a big error. Parker, what an amazing game he's played. He's done it on his own. Terry Lippis has been on the bench all day. It's not his fault that he stayed there, of course. It's just that Malcolm Blight is happy with what Max Parker's doing. Ross Gibbs puts it out towards centre wing. McDermott out there, couldn't grab it. Salisbury now. Oh, the handball won't reach Woodlands. Clear. He couldn't pick it up. In goes Jack Weir. The Glenelg player there played for the free kick but didn't get it. So we'll see a throw in right half forward flank for the Bays. I tell you what, if you're a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I think I'd have a quick one on Woodville at the moment. They're looking pretty good. Toomey it was who got it out. The running player is Nichols. Beautifully disposed up to Fuller. Fuller's got time to turn around, change tackle. He saw Taylor. Taylor's got an open space now. Lines it up from 40 metres out. Not a bad looking kick, but he's just offline. A point. Woodville 16-16 to Glenelg 12-8.
Andrew Taylor, he's kicked 1 goal, 2 from centre half forward. His movement with the ball is a little bit stuttery at times. He's just not sure what he's doing. But boy, gee, he's a good athlete. He's giving something for Woodville to aim at. Peter Maynard. In short, it's a bad kick. McDonald's there, but it's the first time he hasn't taken it cleanly. Would have been a great interception. David Grenvold. High into the forward area. Hall's there. Garry Williams. It's a great mark. Robert Lynch and he collide slightly. I think Lynch just winded temporarily. Harris is on his own just in the middle here. Decides to go long and strong towards Parker. Henwood, he's too strong. Pounds the ball back into full forward. Carey's up there. Williams. Ball comes to the back. Jones coming out with it. Opportunity for Jack Weir. He's played solid game. Nichols, McDonald, Detman. Ball runs out of bounds before Detman can get his hands onto it. So about 10.5 minutes into the last quarter, Woodville are 16-16. Glenelg 12-8 on Sevens Big League.
No doubt about it. Woodville, a much more skillful player side than they were last year. Jack Weir to Templeton, and Templeton's also been a top player for the Warriors. Kicked 2 fine goals, and his 20th kick coming up now. Kicked a goal in the 3rd quarter and 1 in the 4th, and Stephen Nichols, he's improving all the time. He's not just an opportunist half forward now. He plays on the ball, and his disposal is normally brilliant. Puts it out wide to John Martin. Not a bad effort. Great effort, John Martin. Got it out. In they go again, Woodville. That's Jones. Oh, what a big kick. Right down from the back lines. Malcolm Blight has gone berserk in the grandstand there as Jones came down from the back lines, kicked his first goal. In fact, a lot of excitement. Too much in the commentary box. It was only a point. What was it? Help me out, Robert.
I thought it was a goal. Don't know what happened. Pete must have been an interference in the goal square when the player was going in for shepherding. It's the only thing it could have been. They were the only 2 players, a Woodville player shepherded. So Nichols has got it again. He wants a repeat performance. Taylor's down in the square. He kicks it high in the air. Cruz coming out with Tankasek. Sewer pushes it in the back. Marshall will get the free kick. Change to Glenelg coming in a moment. Gavin Walsh waiting to come back on. In the meantime, David Marshall takes off. Wayne Stringer limping towards the boundary line. High in the air. Woodville players backing up exceptionally well. Toomey's had a great game at centre half back. Coming in short, he's made a bad mistake as he's kicked to Reid. Reid now with the opportunity to find some space over the top of half forward as Woodlands comes in quickly. It's an important goal he usually doesn't miss them. Oh, and he's missed it on this occasion. Oh, woe be it. 12-9, Glenelg, Woodville 16-16.
A strange showing on the face of Graham Corns. Wayne Stringer has gone down into the rooms. He appeared to have a driving muscle or a hamstring problem. Stephen Nichols wants it from Big Max Parker. A crowd of 5,670 people here have had a ball. Nichols gave it to Templeton. Templeton to Taylor. And the Warriors, very, very impressive thus far, but they've still got to win the game. Jolly's behind. He roved it over the top. He's kicked the goal, Jolly. Brilliantly roved by Randall Jolly. His first goal. Woodville 17-16. The Bays, are they gone? 12-9. Max Parker still working in there. I don't think Max had come off if a bomb dropped. Jack Weir goes away. Snared by Woodlands. He got it out to McDermott. The Bays have still got a couple of runners, but things are not going for them out there. They can't score goals. Kidney got around the player pretty well. Sets it up now for Garton, who's at full forward, or appears to be at full forward, and he takes the mark. Socks down, Adam Garton. He's kicked 2. He's a good kick at goal. This is his 9th kick. He's got 3 goals now. That breaks the ice for the Tigers. The first goal since 3/4 time. 13-9 now, trailing Woodville 17-16.
That was a nice play forward then to Adam Garton. He's been moved to full forward where it was such a great success in last year's finals. He seems to have the ability to read that ball coming in. He's a tall man. He's a very good kick too. He doesn't need a lot of kicks to kick a few goals. Glenelg need a lot of help at this stage. A lot of help from across the centre where they need some run up to that goal square to give Garton plenty of opportunity.
The Warriors desperate for place in that 5. Henwood and Parker. Parker's still jumping over the Glenelg ruckman. McDermott pushes it forward. Snared by Jack Queer. He puts it back. Sewer's under the ball. Courageous mark, Ralph Sewer. Had the thundering herd coming, and off he goes. Brilliant handball. Away they go again. Templeton. Great kick, Templeton, but offline. Low trajectory, just offline. Woodville 17-17, the Bays 13-9.
2-3 to Michael Templeton. There's one he perhaps could have kicked. Max Cruz goes for a screw punt up the centre of the ground. The ball coming down fairly acutely. Grenvold gets it forward. Marshall banging it to Alan Stringer. He's had a good day, Alan Stringer, in terms of getting kicks himself. His defensive work leaves a little bit to be desired at times. And here he is working hard now to try and get Glenelg going again. Williams coming out, Kidney sharking it magnificently. Hasn't got a left foot, and as a result tries to go back onto his right. Woodlands, Jack Weir fighting hard for the ball. Of course, a bounce right in front of the Glenelg goal. Parker sprinting up from the middle of the ground. He's certainly in good shape, Max Parker. He's worked all day. Carey takes possession, throws it onto the left boot. Players running at the square. Williams concedes the behind to Glenelg. They're 13-10 and Woodville 17-17.
More than 5 goals in it, and Graham Corns would at this stage concede. I would think that the Bays have got a very, very big effort in front of them to win this one, simply because Woodville is playing so well and confidently. Jones overran it on that occasion. Kidney back to Reid. Short is McDermott. Reid sees Woodlands running and also Garton. Garton couldn't get the ball out. Williams was right with him. Players stack up and the umpire will bounce it in Glenelg's centre half forward spot. Garton at centre half forward. At full forward. Carey at centre half forward. Henwood in ruck. And for Woodville, Max Parker has played a lone hand and he's won that spot hands down. Salisbury, left boot, gets distance. Tony Hall's back there, can't take the mark, tries to kick it off the ground, but he just misses as he gets to his feet now. Glenelg 13-11, Woodville 17-17, the difference 5 clear goals.
Coach Graham Corns has made several changes during the day. It's at full forward that he must be a little concerned because he's played Carey, Garton and Walsh all in that position. It's Garton who's there at the moment. McDermott recovering first. Maybe Woodville will slow down soon. Marshall's here. He played a great third quarter and was part of a revival by Glenelg just after half-time. For the first 20 minutes of the third quarter, they were in fine fettle. But then Woodville fought back in the latter part of that quarter and have carried it on into the last. But now we see Glenelg again coming back into the game. They've got to kick 6 goals to win it. That's providing that Woodville kick nothing. A long kick by David Marshall. It's right on the line. Williams spoils it away. Reid's tackled. He loses the ball. Quick kick away by Jones. Woodlands. Kidney. Tackled with the ball. The umpire will bounce right in front of the Glenelg goal.
Max Parker has had 41 hit-outs. Carey and Henwood between them have had 24. Max has been on the ball all day. Carey over the top. Comes out to Detman. Detman just stopped on the kick. McDonald in front. Behind him is Alan Stringer. Short to Marshall. Glenelg another chance. I think Marshall may be too far out. There's no breeze at the moment. Well, there doesn't appear to be. Marshall will go for a long drop punt on this occasion. Drops it into the square. Big pack of players. Off hands again to Woodlands. Now Salisbury deserved the free kick. Got the high one. Played on and kicked it out on the full. Graham Corns again shows the strain of coaching a side that's down 5 goals in the last quarter.
And Woodville. The game's shifted in Glenelg's favour at the moment. They're into attack. Parker. He's the one who's kept it out of Glenelg's favour for most of the day, along with Colin McDonald in defence. 14th kick. Max Parker. Big Taylor holding ground on Murphy. Murphy's at centre half back by the looks of things. John Seabone's disappeared. I don't know where he is. Here he is, back here now underneath the ball. He's at full forward with a free kick against Tankasek. To Seabone, interference. John Seabone now going to the outer side. Carey leading, Hall from behind. It's a great mark. McDermott running on for the handball. In comes Cruz. He Reid gives it away. That's not a good handball to Reid. Needed a bit of accuracy, something which hasn't happened during the afternoon. That's a great kick, though, by Reid. He's found Garton, who kicks his 4th goal. So Glenelg still there, 14-11. Woodville, 17-17.
Yes, Glenelg can still win this game, no doubt about that. A string of handballs then saw Cruz put it out to Reid. Put him in a lot of trouble, actually, but it was a quick Reid kick that found Garton on his own in the square, and it was pretty easy for him to convert his 4th goal. So the situation is approaching 20 minutes, Glenelg trailing by 24 points.
Max Parker, 4 goals the difference, and he knows if Woodville can kick another 1 or 2, there's no way Glenelg can get up to win it. Jack Weir works hard. Well done, Parker, as he gives it to Jolly. Jolly into the full forward area. Seabohm bangs it away to McDermott. Glenelg into attack again. Woodlands leads wide. Goes high up to McDonald and Stringer. Coming across quickly, Tony Hall. He gets it over the top. Stringer coming in. Gathers it. He won't miss it. Full boys to Glenelg. 15-11 they are. Woodville 17-17 as Alan Stringer kicks his 2nd goal.
Well, that all happened, and we're seeing it now. Max Parker off, Terry Lippis on. Great ovation, Max Parker, as he comes off. The whole thing started from John Seabohm's smash away there at centre-half back. Brilliant football by Tony Hall, who gave it over to Alan Stringer, and he kicked his 2nd. Glenelg 3 goals down, there's only 3 kicks in it.
Lippis is on against Garry. Lippis immediately's got the legs to get up over Carey. Taylor fighting hard. The umpire will bounce the ball just towards the centre-half forward position for Woodville. Woodville need a bit of clean play here in the next couple of minutes just to settle themselves. McDermott's overrun the ball. He's given a chance to Woodville, but Henwood smashes it forward. Woodlands is caught with the ball. Looks like another stalemate's going to appear in the centre of the ground. Players very desperate. Woodville are now going to find another little bit of bite to try to hang on there. I think they've just had a little rest for a moment. They can't rest for another second. Gavin Walsh picks it up, sends it out wide to Kidney. Kidney to Woodlands, and he's a good kick for goal. He comes around and just bangs it, and it's straight through the centre. His 3rd goal. Glenelg 16. Yeah, 16-11. Woodville 17-17. 2 goals the difference. Lippis and Carey. Big Terry Lippis just off the interchange bench. He's as fresh as a daisy. Players in after Harris. Magnificent little give across to Detman. Detman into half forward. Can McDonald get up there? Coming from the other way, Fuller. McDonald gets it off hands. The free kick is going to be paid to Ron Fuller. Fuller's on the half forward flank. Players running. Things just settling for a moment. Carey running back into the goal square quickly. Try and get into position. Just a short, safe kick by Ron Fuller. Very accurate of foot too. That kick's gone forward to Templeton. He's on the half-forward flank. 13th kick. 23rd kick. Just 10 short. Decides to go for a bit of length. It's screwing back into the centre of the ground. Carey's up there all right. Just spoiled away. No one's prepared to take possession yet. Tankasek's in there. He gets it out to Reckner. Cruz has dropped back into the goals where it comes to in a very wobbly fashion. Fuller runs across. He takes half out. A kick it. Fuller says thank you. And in comes Harris. And that's it. Woodville have come back as Harris kicks his first, the little tiger. 18 goals, 17 to Woodville. 16-11 to Glenelg.
Kevin Harris was the player. You might see the scar there just above his left eye. He had stitches put in that scar at the quarter-time break, but on that occasion it was Max Cruz who perhaps held onto the ball just a fraction too long. He was weighing up what to do with it. The kick was smothered. Kevin Harris pounced on the ball and brilliantly kicked his first goal. That may have been the decider, yet we'll never know because Glenelg can certainly come back. There is time. We're getting close to time on, but Woodville 3 goals up.
Glenelg were a long way behind Sturt last week and kicked 5 goals in just about as many minutes, very late in the last quarter, so they're capable of it. Woodlands, he's caught, decides to go on with the play. The umpire allows it to go on. McDonald picks it up and clears. It's Sewer who's in possession. Comes in short, Martin. He He's within distance. Be a good kick though. 40 to 45 metres. Everyone encouraging him out there. Every Woodville player would like to see it happen. So would John Martin. The kick's high. It's just going to lob into the square. Right on the line. Cruz runs in. Can't get a run at it. Maynard now with an opportunity. He falls over. When you're running behind Peter Maynard, I would suggest to anyone that they don't run up his backside because he's going to take the tumble. He can kick the pace on. His kick's a good one to centre wing. Taylor from behind, but Cruz is too good. Holds his ground and then kicks over the top into the space where Stringer's running. It's a very good mark by Alan Stringer.
McDonald got back on him. Here's the run again from McDermott in the middle. The Bays won't give up. McDermott goes long to the square. Oh, there's some heavy work down there. No mark taken in the pack. Williams pounces on it, and there'll be a bounce. No doubt that Garton and Williams are doing plenty. Have a look at Malcolm Blight. He's going through hell up there. Woodville appeared to have it won, but Glenelg got back in it. Lynch gave it to Jack Queer. Grenvold under the ball, and he'll mark it. Garton's leading. The ball will go straight over his head, though. Tony Hall up, couldn't mark the ball. It's a Woodville free kick, and that will go to Garry Williams. Glenelg have got 6 goals, or should I say 4 goals from their full forward position. 2 when Carey was there, and 2 when Garton was there. Garton, I think, got 2 from his centre-half forward stint earlier in the day. Williams taking plenty of time. 18 points separates the 2 teams. Woodville red-hot favourite at the moment. Away goes Taylor. Oh, that was a good tackle. Put him off balance, Kidney. Kidney's kick smothered by Jack Webb. Through goes Salisbury. Oh, he barged his way through the pack, and he's going to get a free kick. He put his head down. I'll tell you what, Taylor's hurt. I think he may have hurt that leg early in the first quarter, in fact. He's in a lot of trouble. Salisbury put the head down and went through like a raging bull. No doubt he got hit high, but he certainly ducked the head. He won't score a goal with that one. Big pack of players. It's punched away. It's out of bounds in the left forward pocket for the Bays. Woodville leading by 3 goals. And Robert, at this stage, they'd be favourite. Not much time left with Taylor coming off.
Yes, he's certainly limping very badly. He doesn't want to come off. He's going to stay on the ground. Garton in front, takes possession, tries to snap the goal. Another very fine smother. There's been some good smothering by Woodville this afternoon. McDonald. There's a wild handball and ricochets. Picked up by Reid, and he's kicked truly. So Glenelg hanging in there again as Reid kicks his first. 17-11 they trail Woodville. 18-17.
A rare error there by Colin McDonald. High in Woodville's best players. The handball was smothered. It came back to Reid, and he was very cool. Just picked it up and popped it through. So they're still in at the Bays. 2 kicks in it, and we're well into time on. 2.5 minutes into time on now. Have the Bays got enough time to get up?
Levis and Carey. Beautiful knockdown by Levis on that occasion. A kick into full forward. Gibbs spoils it away. Martin now with the opportunity. He's got a bit of movement, John Martin. Gets it back into the goal square. Fuller gets a run at it. Oh, good mark, Peter Maynard. Held his ground well. Plays on quickly to Henwood. Woodville have got a few players back here across centre holding ground. Henwood kicks a screw punt, covering some distance. Hall can't get the ball. Levis gives it away quickly to McDonald. He's recovered quickly. Taylor's on his own at half forward. And then that's where the ball goes. Stringer running in from behind. No need for Taylor to hurry. Just quietly forward. Ian Detton. Had a useful game on the wing. Harris is on his own in short. Beautiful lead by Harris. Equally as good a kick by Detman. Woodville just steadying the game. They know they've got it under control, providing they don't panic and do anything too stupid. Harris goes for distance. It's in the square. Carey's up there, the big run. Players from behind. Off hands to Cruz. He runs out of bounds with the ball. There'll be a throw in right next to the behind post at Woodville's goal.
Time running out. The Warriors, I think, have got this one. They're a side to be reckoned with in 86. It comes back to Reckner. He was dispossessed. There's a quick kick away out on the full. And there's some tired players out there. That was a John Martin kick. Reckner's been a good player for the Warriors too. He's been in everything. As Maynard kicks back towards half-back, punching away Libbis. In goes Henwood. Oh, the left foot kick doesn't go far. Libbis is under the ball, and he takes a good mark. Libbis replaced Max Parker a little while back. Max Parker had done an amazing job all day. McDonald got it to Taylor. Taylor seems to have recovered. A long left foot kick. Tankasek under the ball. Here's a chance now for the Woodville side. Oh, he's kicked the goal! Brilliant kick away. Malcolm Blight's delighted. The siren's gone. A great victory to Woodville here. Right on the siren, a fine goal. Kicked by John Martin. Woodville have run out winners. 19-17 to Glenelg, 17-11.
In 1986, the final scores: the Warriors 19-17, 131. Glenelg 17-11, 113, a win by 18 points.
It was a fantastic victory. John Martin and Reckner got 3 each for the Woodville side, and Adam Garton, the maid, got for Glenelg with 4 goals. And after the game, Robert Adey spoke with Malcolm Blight.
Malcolm, can you give us the secret? What's happened?
Well, well, I hope it keeps on going, whatever's happening. Oh no, we've worked fairly hard actually, all through the Escort Cup series. We had a hiccup against Centrals, I thought. North outplayed us earlier a couple of weeks ago, and I thought generally our form over 10 weeks has been, pretty around the mark, and in fact about a 5th grade side at the stage, about 5th way down the ladder, and I think that's where we are. So it's a lot of commitment from the guys.
You haven't been frightened to make a few changes. I know when we called the reserves, Garry Haylock back there. There's been players coming in and out. Has that been done for a reason?
Well, it only happened the 1 week really. The rest of it we've had injured players coming back in, and they've been good players. So I mean, you'd like to get them back into the side. So really, we haven't made a lot of changes other than 1 week.
The club, in fact, though, has getting some depth, isn't it? Because players throughout the 2 teams, people are starting to know who they are now.
Yeah, I guess it helps when you start winning, Robert, doesn't it? As you well know.
It sure is. The performance in ruck by Max Parker was excellent again today.
Yeah, he played pretty usefully, didn't he? He got very, very tight in the end, and young Terry hadn't had a run, and I thought he just jumped well at the end, but Max was a fantastic game, and he really relishes the captaincy, and he really acts as a leader on the ground and off the ground. It's fantastic.
Colin McDonald, I asked Ron Fuller about him a little time ago, but Colin's form is absolutely superb. He's been a bit of a slow maturer, hasn't he?
Yes, well, his first year last year, and he wasn't quite fit enough or strong enough, and he's worked very hard over the summer, so he's only in his 2nd season of league footy, and he's been probably one of our most consistent players and duly earned his spot in the state squad.
The total defensive action, you must be fairly pleased with the way the lads back there are combining. Stephen Jackwea played a wonderful first quarter, some of his play, but all in all they've been coming on and off, and it's been excellent.
Yes, and there's not a lot of games amongst a lot of them. They've only played a handful, so yeah, it's starting to work, and as hopefully we start to win more, blokes get more confident, and who knows.
It's not a bad start, 3 wins and 2 losses. Good on you, Malcolm.
Thanks, Robert.
That's a smiling Malcolm Blight too, which is great. And our guests from that game, Kim Hodgeman and also Garry Williams. And Garry, to you, that was a 4-quarter effort. What do you say to people that say that Woodville haven't got enough good league players?
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? It wasn't necessarily any champions or any classy players that stood out. It was just a 20-bloke effort, which is what we've been searching for. And in this day and age, that's the only way you can win. You can't afford to have blokes that will back out and people do it for you.
Sure.
Garry, it really started for you in the Escort Cup, though, that sort of concentrated effort, didn't it?
Yeah, well, as Malcolm just said, we trained extremely hard for about 5 or 6 weeks there, and I think it's starting to show off now, constant pressure on the players, and as you saw today, we kept running, and perhaps Glenelg didn't have the runners that stayed with us.
Kim, on the reverse side, glory last year. What is it, 2-3 now?
Oh, it's only 5 games in. We're only 5 games in,
yes.
aren't we?
Aren't we? Why are you saying that's not a problem?
Oh, well, we were 4 games in last week, and everyone was, well, several people were saying...
2-3?
Woodville are not going to make it, and South are not going to make it. Sorry, Kim.
Well, are you going to make it, Kim?
Oh, Glenelg will be there, there's no doubt about that. They've got the talent down there. It's just that I think we're lacking a bit in the enthusiasm and the aggression at the moment, the ball, and if you haven't got that, you won't win games.
Why does that, you had it last year?
I don't know. Well, I wasn't here last year, and in all evidence Glenelg must have had the desperation and the enthusiasm to win the grand final, and this year maybe they've got some premiership hangovers. I don't know. The confidence seems to be down at Glenelg at the moment.
Kim, what about the forward setup? Stephen Copping in the reserves today, and Peter Carey starting at full forward. Is it working?
Yeah, I think so. Copper did have a couple of bad games, and it was unlucky that they didn't play today, but Peter Carey started off very well in that first quarter.
Garton went there later on.
And Garton went, he played well again today.
Kim, it really can't be working for you if you get beaten today. You aren't able to kick 17 goals.
Yep.
It's not working for you, surely. You haven't got a centre. You haven't replaced Kernahan, have you?
Well, how can you replace Kernahan?
Well, you've got to put somebody there, and you've got to try and find somebody there, surely.
Yeah, the forward setup isn't working well, but we've just got to get on the track and work it out.
Hey, Gary, this is lovely.
Yeah, it's nice, yeah. I'm nice to know that you lost the game, Kim. And we
you know how for years we've been asking everybody else what's wrong with Woodville. I can ask you tonight what's wrong with the Bays.
Yeah, I think what it was, I said earlier, that they just didn't have the runners, and we did. And, the modern day game today, you've just got to be up there, in twos and threes.
Let's talk about something else that was evident from Woodville today, and that was the... I'm not going to talk about that kick of yours.
Thanks.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Look, Craig Barham did it last year, and it was very funny, but today...
Thanks,
today it was...
Wasn't it funny?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't funny today because...
I just thought you could use it on your junior footy show.
Tell us what happened.
Shouldn't do.
Don't let the people at home.
Poor old Garry had the kick-off from full-back, and it went straight to Gavin Walsh, and it was a goal, and it was an important goal, but fortunately it didn't lose the match for you. But
hey, he promised you he wasn't going to say
That's
that,
right,
too, didn't
yeah. Good bloke.
You're tough, mate.
I think he wanted me to ask him. But the thing that I was going to refer to was the players that you had that were injured. Now, they wouldn't go off the ground. Kevin Harris was being stitched up at quarter time. He wouldn't come off.
Yeah.
Taylor wouldn't come off. And Jolly wouldn't come off. Now, that says something, doesn't it?
Well, if you ask me, they all played well too, so obviously a good decision. Well, Kevin will keep going no matter what happens, and I think Andrew Taylor was doing a good job at centre forward, actually, and Randall, I don't think he lost his run, so I don't know how badly injured they were.
Did you get any injuries out of it, Gary?
No, not that I saw, no.
What about you, Kim? What about you personally, for a start? When?
Hopefully I'll be back next week. I was pretty close this week, but if it's not right next week, I'll play whenever I'm ready.
Is there anybody out that you can slot into? Anybody injured that you can take?
I don't know. I suppose it's pretty difficult at the moment. We're not playing well, and we've got to get players back, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Kim, and thanks, Gary, and thanks for not being too uptight.